Hey, beautiful Capricorns. This is your bonus reading, Capricorn. I've got lots of decks here, so I'm going to put these aside for a sec. If you don't mind, I'm going to pick up on the dark arcana here to find out what kind of energies have been around or things that you're dealing with, Capricorn. Let's go, Capricorn. Deception. Clouded judgment. Okay, so there is some positive energy here with the bells. Prosperity and protection. Divine feminine. Oh, God. Is someone a maniac? A fanatic? Someone is deceptive. Someone's a hoarder? Possessive? Controlling? Greedy? You may have cut ties with someone like that. Let's see what's going on. Capricorn. So someone feels like there was too many differences. I didn't think you needed an explanation. It's difficult to compromise with you. Someone's immature. I was testing to see if you would chase me. I wanted to see if you liked me as much as I liked you. Now I regret my actions. I didn't want to get attached to someone because they felt like they didn't want a commitment. I changed my mind about the relationship. I decided to go in a different direction. I was overwhelmed by the intensity of my feelings. It was easier to run away. Someone acted very immature. They regret their actions. But something was turning in a toxic direction and they disappeared. They regret it. Let's go. Change. This is karma. This is karma. King of Wands. Just change directions. I don't know. They just disappeared or what? They were testing you. They wanted to see if you would chase. They were testing you to see if you would chase them. This was a test. This is a test brought to you by some maniac hoarder. They wanted you to chase them. I don't understand this person. So they just vanished. Hello. They wanted to see if you were going to chase them. What? I mean, this is the Sun. This is the Four of Wands. This was a stable, happy relationship. What the hell? And now they're sorry. I think they wanted deliberately to make you jealous. I'm positive. Like not talking to you, putting things on social media, letting them think that they're doing better than ever. They're so happy. They're this, they're... no, they're heavily burdened. It's their ego. They're paranoid. They thought you would get paranoid and you would go chase after them, but instead you just walked away. You're like, I ain't competing, I ain't fighting. You want to go? Go. This is somebody who loves himself enough. They were thinking you would fight for them and compete for them. Oh my God, Capricorn. They're very immature. I'm just saying. They're still in love with you. Look. Oh my God. So, come on now. They thought that this was going to hurt you so bad that you was going to run after them, chase after them, and you didn't. And now they're feeling crushed. Well, they stabbed themselves. They're heartbroken. Oh, yeah, see? They figured that they'll get some other option. Rub it in your face or something like that. Their plan didn't work. That was their plan. They were testing you. Oh my God. And now they want to heal things. I don't know. They might have even married somebody else saying, oh, I love them and all that. But they're still holding on to you. Oh my good God. You are their wish fulfillment. This is too funny. Who does this? Who gambles like this with a real love connection? Like, I could see gambling like that if you were just dating or, you weren't serious about somebody. But this person was serious about you. But they were testing you to see if you would chase after them, doing everything they could to make you jealous. Maybe putting things online, posting things, flaunting somebody else in your face or something. I don't know. Oh my God. You're like, sucks to be you because I ain't chasing. People don't understand, like in these connections and stuff like that. An Empress will not chase. They're not there to hold on to somebody by the neck and chain link them, ball and chain around them or something like that. They want to go. Like, nobody's stopping you. Because an Empress wants to be in a relationship with someone who wants to be there. They're not going to hold anybody against their will. Come on. And people, like, when are they going to get it? Like, an Empress won't chase. They might get their feelings hurt. They might get heartbroken, but they have enough value and self-worth in themselves. They're not going to chase nobody. It's not happening. So you can flaunt and marry whoever you want to flaunt and marry or be in a commitment with. This Empress is going on. Like, for real. They're not being belligerent about it. They're just going to go on living their life. And most Empresses will wish you well on the way out the door. Seriously. Because the thing with an Empress is, what people don't understand, the Empresses are already trying to talk to you. If you're the Emperors, the Empresses have already tried to talk to you. They've said what they've had to say when they were with you. They've cried their tears when they were with you. They've told you how they felt. They told you how they thought. And you're going to keep testing them and testing them and testing them. How would anybody like to be tested like that? How would anyone want to be tested like that? I don't get it. Like, put yourself in their shoes. You got to keep challenging someone and keep testing them until they just believe you don't love them. And they move on with their lives. They have nothing to prove. They're not some little flunky who doesn't know who they are. They are a mature, refined, dignified, classy individual. They're not no flunky. They're like, you're either my person or you're not my person. What the hell do they want to keep testing an Empress for? Like, come on, I get the test thing, okay? I do. I understand testing people. But to what degree? How far do you test them before they just say, guess you don't like me? And in which case, I guess I should find someone else. You know what I mean? Can test people too far. This person tested too far. They're like, why does an Empress, if you're an Emperor and that's an Empress, why do you gotta test an Empress? Why do you gotta keep testing them? And what have they done that they already haven't proven themselves? Like, Empresses get it. They don't mind being tested because they got nothing to hide. They have nothing to hide. They just are who they are. This is what I have found. I find so frustrating. Like, you're being tested, okay? So if you were fake or you weren't real, you would have all the correct answers. You would have, you know what I'm saying? But when you're dealing with someone authentic and you're dealing with someone who is genuine, you're never freaking believed. You know, people find it easier to believe a lie than they do the truth. Because so many people lie. That to the point where you actually come across somebody who is totally genuinely honest, they're disbelieved. So they're tested and tested and tested and tested and tested until the point where you get sick and tired of proving yourself and you move on. So when you go flaunt someone else in an Empress's face as a test, test their jealousies, test their insecurities, test them and test them and test them again. You already tested them. This Empress was already tested, passed with flying colors. Why can't people just accept that? They're always looking for something wrong in you. Always looking for you to mess up. Always waiting for the other foot to drop. Like, come on. Why test? Nobody else would like it. Like, I get being tested to a certain point. But whatever happened to, like, nobody wants to trust anymore? It's gotta be. Nobody will trust anybody anymore. So that when you actually do come across someone beautiful and genuine and authentic, you're like, yeah, well, I don't think so. They're hiding something. There's gotta be something wrong with that Empress, you know. I mean, they're too good to be true. What are they hiding? How about they're an open book? How about they just tell it like it is? I used to get this all the time, so I get it. I totally get it. And I used to get so frustrated with that. It actually used to make me sad. It used to make me cry when people test you and test you and test you like that. Like, because your heart is so open and you have discussed things that you wouldn't tell anybody else. And you've divulged so much of your life and so much of yourself to have someone turn around and test you on that crushes people. And people don't get that. Like, did you trip them up on what they were saying? Did they contradict themselves? I mean, you're calling like 50 times a day and they're answering the phone. And they're not stalling you. And they respond quickly to your messages. They're there. They're authentic. They're real. It's like people don't believe in that kind of love anymore. Like, everybody cheats. I used to get this all the time. Everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. No, not everybody cheats. Maybe the people you know cheat, but not everybody cheats. I used to get it all the time. Well, where were you? Well, how come you didn't answer the phone? Well, how come you were this? Like, I'm working. I can't answer the phone sometimes when I'm at work. Well, who are you talking to? Who's out there with you? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? It's like, and I'll openly tell you. But I'm telling you, it can persist so long that you don't give a shit no more. Because you know they don't trust you. And you don't want to be with somebody who doesn't trust you. So I don't mind being tested, but how many years do you got to be tested? And how many tests you got to pass when they have failed every test you've ever given them? That's what I want to know. If someone is straight up shooter and you have tested them, there's a time to stop testing that person and start believing that person. I don't mind being tested. But don't keep it up. And don't dangle people in front of their face. I wouldn't treat an animal like that. Seriously. I would never treat someone like that. I would never dangle another person in another person's face to see how they responded. I'm not made that way. I'm not made of that. I'll look you dead in the eye and I will observe you and I will, in my own way, test you. I primarily because you have the same story. You don't switch up. You don't forget what you said from one time to another. I mean, but that's about it. That's nasty. Have we gotten so bad that we can't trust one another anywhere at any time? Because there really are good people in the world. And the Empresses are definitely those good people. Stop testing them. And start trusting them. And start valuing them. Or you will lose them. Take care.